So there are a lot of people in this world that type in uppercase and speak in lowercase. And so when you go on Clubhouse,
they want to be in the room with you, and that's why Clubhouse is like such a big. I think it's so hot right now because of that. I can literally, and that's as conversational as it gets. Like that's what a podcast should try to become. Is more so like I've almost caught myself almost interjecting into a podcast conversation, like me saying out that like, right, yep, sure, Joe Rogan, gotcha, but like I'm not fucking there, and that's like I said, that's a really powerful thing to do.
Clubhouse is the next frontier, man. I really, really believe in that app.
I'm just so curious, like where it goes. You know, like from a monetization standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. You can start charging people to get into rooms. Like that's a very feasible and understandable. Tips. Yeah, like very, very understandable. But like, I guess my question is, what does it then take over? Like, does now podcast become obsolete? Does Twitter become obsolete because people want to hear people talk instead of write? Like, I'm just very interested to see how the world adapts to it. You know,
I don't want to say neither as my answer to that opinion. I almost want to say neither, though.
Yeah.
The podcast one, I see, I'm pretty confident in my prediction there. I see this one pretty clearly, but who the fuck knows? I could be totally wrong. I think that podcasting has the highest volume of dog shit of almost any medium you can find.
Sure.
You have a lot of people who think that you're just going to put up a mic or not even a mic sometimes, and talk, and like people are going to listen to it. Like they're going to devote that time to it. And so stereotypically, you just see a lot of podcasts where it's like supporting your business. It's named after your company, or it's on a very specific niche and whatever. If I were a niche podcaster right now and I had a big audience, I'd be running to Clubhouse.
100%.
Running, because they're not listening to you for escapism, entertainment in all likelihood. Not everyone. Don't want to overgeneralize, but they're going for strict value. Now add a platform that's only going to get better with its audio quality that allows you that potential interconnectivity where you can actually ask the question while you're thinking of this shit or doing whatever. It's a threat.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing too. Like, I think that's where you can really show that you know your shit is on something like Clubhouse. Anybody can type up a nice little tweet or put together a pre-recorded podcast, but to voice something live and it make a lot of sense, that is very hard to do. And that's where, like I said, the fakers and the jokers of the world are gonna be caught. Like, you're not gonna be able to fake that shit live, and we've seen that already in Clubhouse rooms.
They hit a really good middle ground too, because it's not invasive with video. Not one thing Naval tweeted was like, Clubhouse has proven that video isn't the feature, it's the bug. Spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on. It's not like, oh, we're not going to do FaceTime or something. This is different. For that medium, you wouldn't be going into these rooms if they were Zoom rooms. No. And you had to be on camera.
No way.
No. Like, I'll be in Clubhouse walking around the house naked. It's
me too,
great.
Bro. Yeah.
No one knows. It's this nice middle ground, and I know Giovanni and I were talking about this last week too, but when you look at Twitter, you can pick out that perfect tweet. I think you just said that yourself. You can write out that perfect thing in your mind. Perfect, whatever. And you have the protection of literally being behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people in this world that type in uppercase and speak in lowercase. And so when you go on Clubhouse, guess what? You can't hide. If you're just like some trolls like, I'm going to fuck this guy up. Well, now you go on Clubhouse and say, sir, I think you're a fucking... Well, fuck you. Get out of here. It's not going to work.
You almost wish, like, everyone would be called out the way they would be in Clubhouse if you tried to talk shit like that. And you notice that, like, we were having a semi-argument in the Clubhouse the other day, and just a conversation that we disagreed upon with other people. Nobody got hostile because you're not going to when you're having a conversation. But if that was a tweet battle, people would get angry. And I think that's another good point that Naval brought up, is like the video is like the bug. I don't think a live text chat, like a Twitter but now live, would do as well as Clubhouse. Like, I wouldn't want to read live tweets coming in. I think Twitter is, exactly. So I think they found like the perfect scenario here.
I forget the scientific term. I think it's like bits. They describe it, but think about the bits and output whatever the term is. I know Elon uses it all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time, that you have to use when you are typing, using your fingers, whether that be on the phone or if you're actually using the laptop to do it,
Right.
versus when you're speaking and the ability to get out a high rate of words
Yeah.
and free thought that also isn't grammatically held to what it would be held to in writing.